Hey everyone, Sam here. If you've been following us for a while, you're certainly aware that it is of utmost priority to me to get information out to people in a way that makes it clear to them how our products are to be used, how to get the most from them, how to correctly mount things like this side stabilizer mount to your bow. In the past, I have done some videos on this. I'm going to elaborate further here though and show you what I believe is hands down the best way to get the side stabilizer bracket mounted very tightly to your riser. In some cases, people have not been getting these tight enough and they say, well, it starts to loosen over time. I can assure you that if you tighten it down with sufficient amounts of torque, that these parts will bind very well. In fact, you may find that it's hard to get it loosened. Now, using the tool I'm going to show you that I use here, you will be able to get it very tight and also be able to loosen it pretty easily because of the amount of torque that can be generated with a socket wrench. So I'll put the bracket in against the bow and we'll run the screw through and start to tighten this down. Before I do that, let me explain though to those people that don't have our products yet some of the differences in how this is designed as far as different types of bows and how it would be mounted. This channeled out portion is designed to go over top of a riser bushing. It's large enough to fit over any bushing that's on bows today. So that's how it would be mounted on my bow. If you don't have a bushing inserted in the riser and it's machined directly into the aluminum and you just have threadings right into the riser, then you would flip the bracket around and run this portion in against, and you would put the screw into the channeled out portion with the head facing back. So it depends on what your design is on your bow. But I'll go ahead, we'll hand tighten the screw in, and then I'll show you what I've done here with the socket wrench to get a really effective little bit that can quickly and easily tighten this in for you. Alright, so if you could just hand tighten it to start, that's probably best. As I mentioned in some of the other videos that I've done, I go for about center of the adjustment range when I set it up, just what I like to do. But the bracket is now designed with enough strength that you could swing it all the way out, have a fairly large amount of weight on it like I do here, and still get more than enough rigidity through here. I just happen to like putting it right there. So I'll go ahead and take the wrench that I have set up here. Now this is a little bit that I made. You could easily do this as well. Take a 3/16 Allen wrench, just cut off the length that you need, and you actually would mount it into a socket like this. Now, this is a 4.5 millimeter socket. It fits tighter in the 4.5 millimeter than it does in the 3/16. But if you don't have a metric 4.5 millimeter, you can use a 3/16. It's just that it fits a little more snug here, and I like that. So we'll start to tighten it down, and then I'll actually be able to adjust where I want it once I have the screw about snug or almost tightened down to where I want it to be. As you can see, at times as you're tightening the screw, the bracket might want to slide a little bit left and right, but it's you know, you just find your spot, and then once you're there, you can hold it in place. The first couple turns can be a little more tricky because you are trying to keep the bracket from moving while you're getting that screw tightened. All right, so starting to really snug up. Okay, now that is actually pretty much fully in face flush. The bracket is, the bracket's about, where I want it, right about in the center where I like it to be. So we're going to leave it right there. It's level. And again, the key is that the bow is being held tightly. So this is a rigged up system, I guess you could say, that I made, but it works really well to not mar the finish of the bow. It allows you to tighten down very well, and the bow will not move because of these pressure treated wood blocks. And I think this is really the best option I've found for mounting a bow into something to hold it and allow me to do work. All right, so we can just tighten down really gently at this point. You don't need to be over muscling it because of the fact that you have all this torque available from your socket wrench. This is only a 1/4 inch drive, but it is capable of applying so much more force than just a simple Allen key set would. I mean, I'm literally just small amounts at a time, 1 click or 2 at a time, tightening this, and I'm still getting rotation. I've gotten so much more rotation on this than I ever could have achieved with an Allen key set. And as tight as this is now, there's just simply no way this is going to move. So this is what I recommend you do, is use something like this to be able to accomplish that level of tightening. And you shouldn't have problems if you do this. You can do the same for your other mount spots where these screws come in. So you have a screw that comes in here, which of course provides you that height adjustment. The screw underneath on the QD portion allows you the horizontal adjustment. So if you have questions, obviously you can reach out to me and I'll answer them via email or direct message or Facebook Instant Messenger, what have you. But hopefully this video will give people all the information they need to really be able to get this tightness and to get the most from the side stabilizer mount. Thanks for your time, and as always, stay tapped out, everybody.